new base, who dis, or something, since we don't know what the next one's going to be. Now, I'm going to keep the circles. We never really got to explore that theme too well. So one of the 3 topics for the new base, one of the 3 themes, the structures of it, is that I must use circles, since didn't give that one a fair shake. What are the other 2 things? What are the other 2 things with which we'll be doing this, chat? While I get this set up. I'm going to design a new world, advanced parameters. I'm just going to lower lichens a bit. just to get them out of here. I'm going to enter advanced parameters, and we're just... where's the lichen thing? All right, number of werebeast curse types. 1. There's only 1. Whatever we happen to get on our world, that's what we're gonna get. You know what? We'll be nice. We'll say 2. However, werebeasts cannot attack until you have at least 80 people, or 999,999,999,999, or max, which is 1 million exported wealth. Created wealth will be the same, max of 1 million. We'll go with that, just to reduce the obnoxiousness. You know, I always have generate divine materials. I don't think I've ever found any. I don't think I've ever gotten a divine material. I'm going to save that. We're going to save that world, and we're going to do it as an island. Actually, I should do the other program. The Perfect World Creator. We haven't had, like, a nice designed world in forever. You don't see him in Fortress mode. That's why. What's the divine material? Exactly my point. No, they have, like, god metals. They have, like, shit above adamantine. They have, like, oh, fucking God came by and smote the earth with a lightning bolt or some crap. And now there's just, like, a spire of divine gold or some shit. Yeah, it's like what the angels wield. It is below adamantine. Oh, I thought it was above even adamantine. But it's above steel. All right. Waterfall and main tavern. Central waterfall. It's going to be a bit. That's going to be a bit to work with. If I do it off of... rooms suspended from chains. That I don't think I can do. Like, I get what you're saying. Hold on. Like, I get that you mean like this. I get the idea. A chain won't work, obviously. So I'm assuming you mean like there's a plug of material above it, because a chain can't suspend a room. But also I couldn't have that many rooms work that way. You need to have a flat thing, and then they have to be connected to each other for anyone to walk around. Meaning, wouldn't be suspended anymore. Because how do you get into the room? Unless the chain, so to speak, is in fact just a hollow 3x3 square with a 1 wide thing in the middle. Vegetarian fort. I see what you're saying. I actually have to farm for food. You know what? That is something I avoid a lot, actually. I tend to farm just for booze. So I'll put that in. I'll say vegetarian fort. I'm going to say diverse. We're going to have lots of different plants. We're actually going to go ham on the farming materials. Normally I just have like 2 or 3 farms that are relatively large size and they're plump helmets. All right. This means we'll have to create mud. We're going to go ham on not having ham. No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue. I'm so sorry. I thought you were actually done. What year is it going to? It's going to 250, isn't it? Ugh. I'll try to stop at around 150. I don't think we need an extra 200 years. It's going to be 151. 2. Stop. There we go. The Dwarven Mountain Halls of Rabanaster. I don't know why that sounds familiar. What is Rabanaster from? I swear I've heard that name before. All right. The Universe of Destiny. Sure. Fuck it. The Universe of Destiny. Write that down too. The thriving clothing industry. So, central waterfall system, circles. Perhaps we try to do a hanging gardens thing again. Whereas before I used the water as a moat system, we have it actually go through the center of the areas. Like every area also happens to have water with grates above it, I guess. So you can walk back and forth. I can do that. It's going to be a bit, but I can do that. What this means is we're going to need to find a river. Like possibly a river, not like a stream, like a 4 wide river, because we're going to need water pressure. Start playing. Huh? Thurnam? The fuck is a Thurnam? What? Not that one, not that one, I'm sorry. Region 2 is the new thing. All right, first of all these backups, delete them. Just to free up some memory. Region 1, again, I gotta find a way to quickly get this out onto the Discord. I created a thing so that you guys could access the files, and then I always forget to update it. I'm a fantastic person. Delete those out. Free up some space. It's gonna be Region 2. And I'm gonna call Region 2 the Universe of Destiny. Fuck. Universe wasn't capitalized. Universe of Destiny. I have no clue why it's saying Thurnam. That's confusing me. And regular sound census. It's not died. It's still down there, but it's not doing anything. I don't know. I like the GTK setup. All right, so. Jesus, this is going to be convoluted. We need, bare minimum, a river. For this to even come close to working, we need a river. Not a brook, not a stream, a river. We'll work on refining down what we have in our river after that. But we're going to need water so that I can put it into different structures for what we're talking about. That's not a river, that's frozen. If it's frozen, it's not a river. I hope those aren't the only rivers we find that are like just up in the ice. That's where the polar bears eat you. If you have a river and it's icy, that's just how a polar bear eats you. That's just how it works. Oh, hold on. Chatbot is the first one up top, so I'm not seeing what the little icons are. Because Chatbot doesn't know how to read those. Ooh, fire. Yes. I'm working out something with Terramokes. He came back with the general theme, so to speak, of the emotes. There was a slight breakdown. He was on like step 5 of an idea I'd had, and I was like, I needed step 1. So there are emotes on the way. There's just been life things happening and a slight miscommunication. And before Where Polar Bear shows up, oh my god, no. Ice Cube falls, waterfalls, tomato. At the very least, this is claiming that there's a lot more rivers than I thought it would. There's no way that's all rivers. Those are streams, right? I wonder what the leeway is between a river and a stream. It might be closer than I think it is. Also, I should have done a smaller map. We determined that before. I was able to make like a pretty chunky base when the world was like really tiny. I don't know why I keep doing giant worlds. This is why we end up losing things to frames per second, is just the world existing. Can we have at least one KV? Who says KVs are alive? They might all be dead. So a stream is the very narrow thing that's like a brook, but you can't walk across the surface of it. A river is the one that's like chunky. It's like, it's just a stream but wide. I think if you have like a large river, it could be multiple Z levels deep. If you do like the largest river. But yeah, what you're thinking of, the brook you can't walk across, 9 times out of 10, that's just a stream. Thick water. I tend to be relatively fine with most waters. The real issue is when you have, I've lost more frames to undead hordes than I have to water. I'm gonna lower the mic sensitivity a little bit since the AC is clicked on. Actually, no, wait, hold on. I used to have a way to filter that out, and I turned it off one day, and I don't remember how to get it back on. Like, there was a sound reducer thing. Hold on. And the AC turned off anyway, so I just sound insane. Noise suppression. I don't know if that'll work. Doesn't matter now. We don't have the fucking AC on. The AC turned off to make me sound crazy. I love starting at the source of a river. Yeah, like I said, water, as long as you're intelligent with water, you can avoid a lot of frames per second death. It's only when the water has to do calculations. If the water hits like a stable thing, it doesn't calculate. So you're not taking anything. Now, obviously, waterfalls, mist generators, those are all nothing but calculations. So those make sense. But if you have like a 5x5x5 pool and you just fill it with water, there's nothing, and they're all 7x7, there's nothing to calculate. So it's just water. But where we're trying to look for is probably going to be movement. I'm going to try to head south a little bit just so we can avoid freezing. You do say minor river. I wonder if I can get this to tell me what else is here. We have flux stone, but no iron. Where we are. Flux stone's kind of pointless if we don't have iron. We do have elves, goblins, and skulking here. I'll have to keep an eye on this river. Ooh, hold on. We have a lot more now. Marble. Do we have flux? Do we have iron? How is it we have a massive river and we don't have sedimentary iron? Really? No sedimentary. No sedimation. I don't know what that term would be. No sediment. That's the term. No sediment. All right, over here we have flux and iron and dolomite. That's our flux. And silver. But we don't have people. Also, there's a heavy aquifer there. And the river itself is not too great. Is there... okay, we need friends. We need friendos that aren't just elves, though I would like to conquer them. They deserve it. They just do. Some point somewhere they're gonna have deserved it. Is this just in the middle of elf territory? Is that my issue? Okay, let's head over to the southwest. Do we have at least goblins and shit? Okay, we do. Iron, marble, lignite, flux. There is a light aquifer. That's going to be a pain. I would prefer not to have an aquifer if we're going to be doing the type of build that I'm trying to do. But off of the basics, we have coal, we have sand, we have clay, we have some dirt, but really who cares? We have goblins. We have lignite, which is a really good source of fuel. Bituminous coal would be better, but whatever. We have lignite, early fuel. We have marble, iron, and silver. So let's go with this as being what we're doing. We're on the river called... and it's hot, so it's not going to freeze. It is heavily forested, thick, and it's a wilderness, which I think is neutral alignment, middle. It's not like savage. I think it's the middle one. So basically true neutral in terms of alignment. We can go with this one. I feel like this is good, but it says I can't embark here. Why not? Oh, because I'm in a base. I wasn't looking. Mother bastards. They stole the base from us. Oh, we got to kill the elves now. They're like literally all along the river. Get the hell out of here, you greedy bastards. This is my river. Oh, God. I moved over a little bit and we lost all the resources. Freaking elves. I don't want Cassiterite and Kalenite. Get out of here. All right, let's refine this a little bit. Let's refine this down to what has flux. This way I just don't see so many blinking squares everywhere. Like, yeah, I wasn't kissing their walls. The thing was in their walls. Literally standing inside someone's city. This would be a nice place to live. Can't wait to start, you know, an outpost here. Local merchant. What? You what now? Yeah, it's going to be great. That says minor river. This has flux, but no iron. That kind of blows. All right. The elves are on the major iron river. God, this area is just super civilized. All right, one more refinement. Let's bring metal down to iron. See what that reduces us to. Looks like that one right there might be what we're going for. Because look at this. The elves are all up in that. The elves don't even use iron. What are you guys doing? Why do you hate me so? Hold on. What is this? There's no iron there. There's no iron there. Why are you saying there's iron there? Oh, if I move over, it's two different... the other side of the river has all of it. Okay, I'm following so far. Minor river. Coniferous forest. Dry bearded forest. Dry bordering elven forest. What the fuck is bird elf? I don't know what that is. Goblins, elves, humans, iron, marble, lignite, light aquifer still, sand, clay, coal. This might be where we go. We're a bit close to the elves. Is there a slightly better orientation I can pull off? I like how some of these are just like a square out in the middle of nowhere. Like that does not help. I like the confluence of all the rivers, but that's not working with our current build. Iron, marble, lignite, goblin, elf, human, sand, clay. Our two biomes are tropical dry bearded elf forest and a carnivorous forest. And the river is Flood God the Durfadil Wells. Yeah, we'll go with this place. This place seems decent. Real quick though, at War with the Goblins, there are elves, humans, and dwarves nearby. I'm not changing civilization since I don't know what civilization this would be. Oh, wait, no. Yes. Is there any closer? That one. Decisive die. We're going to be in an area that's extremely low. That makes sense. It's a river. But there'll be cliffs to our north. Slightly obnoxious. I might... Oh, okay. They're not that big of a cliff. Oh, no, the whole thing is nothing but extreme cliffs. There's a waterfall to our east. Wait, no, there's not. I'm reading the thing backwards. We're at the bottom of a waterfall. If I wanted the most... I don't know how low the elevation is. Man. If we're doing a waterfall build, this would be it right here. That is a massive double layer waterfall. That's absolutely huge. Can I do a circle central waterfall? Meaning I would have to... The waterfall's coming from the northeast, and then it falls down to the west, and it falls down to the southeast. Because that's a high point, and it goes down left and to the bottom. It's not coming from the bottom and curving left. I mean, it might be connected to, but the waterfall has to be coming in that way and then splitting? Otherwise, how would the water... Maybe waterfall falls onto an ongoing river. That's the only thing I can think of. I can maybe make that work. Question, though. If I do that, what do we have? A 23 Z-level waterfall? Is that what 23 means? Holy fuck. All right, well, we don't like frames. I gotta maximize this, though. I think I'm gonna have to build here. The exalted jungles. Our neighbors are still the goblins, humans, and elves. Stop it. All of our biomes are tropical dry Bertle elves with the difference of soil versus very deep soil. Okay, whatever. Broadleaf. That makes more sense than Bertle elf. Flood god the daffodil wells? Bertle elf is shorthand for broadleaf. I'm almost certain. Waterfall into the tavern? Yes, this is what we're going to have to go with. All right, we'll try this. No, not find. I want to... Now, ooh, no, what did I just do? How do I'm trying to shrink, maybe. Do we want to focus on it, though, as a 3x3, meaning that there's less pathfinding? Trying to think of how much more that would save us because of a waterfall. Big one, too. Because like this would be us focusing right on that waterfall. I'm gonna shrink us down to a 3x3. We're gonna make maximum use of vertical space, particularly if it may or may not be a 23 Z-level waterfall. All right. Even special sound since stopped. Oh wait, no. Yes. I don't know what we're dealing with, really, so I'm not going to be doing craft lords or anything like that. We're just going to play now because I have no clue what we're walking into.
Welcome to our new home.
All right. So, this will have to be the new base. I'm going to have to write down the title of this, too. But... You. Too much reverb. There we go. You have finally arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Savanstyr.
Why?
No, not what I wanted. There we go.
For all of Savanstyr, there are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings. Ere the cougars get hungry, A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. In Dingingen? PaddleFly. PaddleFly. Strike the earth.
Please don't be garbage. It takes a sec, so I have it save on Embark. Please be good, don't be bad. Please don't be bad, and I thought you were good. I'll be sad if you are bad, so don't be bad, so I can be glad. All right, not quite where I thought the waterfall was, but I was right in the second thing. It comes from the south and goes to the west. I was hoping this would be a double split further down. I really would have rather that waterfall have been here, but that's still doable. That means I can build here, build out floor, and drag the waterfall over. Slight issue, doesn't freeze here. So we're gonna have to work on that. But they weren't wrong. If that's the water, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually wait, hold on. Let me confirm it's not just too deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 3 to 4, 23. It is a 23 Z level waterfall. Okay. PaddleFly. Let me change the title around, and then I'll set up the script to work so people can get dwarfed. New base, who dis? PaddleFly part 01. Boo-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo. Is PaddleFly a thing, or is someone trying to paddle a fly? Yes. I'm gonna say 7 unclaimed there. Open script folder. Re-kill everyone. Thank you all for joining and becoming dwarves, but now you must all die. Re-kill everyone and set migrants to 7. All right, scripting, dwarfing, I should say, should now be active. I'm already hearing people doing it, so it must be active. I've lost the mouse. Oh, it's in the wrong computer. Hold on, I'm trying to get to where I can see chat. I've got the script in my way. All right. Now, our new nicked dwarves are, has nickname, reread, in order, Domine with a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Domine the first. Domine, first of his name, followed by Eldritch. Committing Eldritch through. After Eldritch is Admiral Wiley at 3. After Admiral Wiley is Dragoman, also at a 3. Dragominers for the win. After Dragominers for the win is Art of Stuttering. Get Art in there. Leaving us 2 nicks. Eldritch is saying he wants to be in the military already. Eldritch, I don't even know what you are, but okay. Militia Commander Eldritch. Eldritch the Fisher Dwarf in charge of the military. My new dwarf shall be brave. I demand it of him or her. All right, so we got you in. What we have so far, before we dig in, we can see what type of woods we have around us. We have, especially if we're going to be doing vegetarian and not fishing, no fishing, meaning I guess Eldritch might as well be in the military because we're about to fire Eldritch from their other job. Most significant wood we have around us is date palm wood, which is to be completely different than palm wood. We do have a few citron woods. Excuse me, I apologize. And rambutan. Everyone knows the great power of rambutan. The plants we're going to be dealing with, at least at the beginning here, we have ropeweed for clothing. Ratweed, I think, does a booze. Ramie is also a cloth. We have... You know what? Let's set up a mill. I don't normally, like, usually I don't even bother doing milling, but if we've got rye here, we've got rice and rye. Let's set up a mill. You know, we're doing things I don't normally do. So we'll set up a mill so we can mill the rye into flour and turn that into bread. See if that ends up working. We gotta, what I want to do is about 5. I want a variety of about 5 different foods, 3 different drinks, and 2 different sources of clothing. So if they can both be plant thread, if those are my only choices, but I want them to be 2 different types of plant thread. If we're going to be going ham on farming. We also already see lignite, which that's good, at 128 to 132. See a bit of jet. Jet's the dark stone, isn't it? Some gems are already available, including emeralds. I love emeralds. Emeralds are a nice gem. The only ore we are seeing is a bunch of iron. And we are already seeing a significant amount of marble and gabbro. No magma is visible at this time. And for the dwarves, drag 'em in. You are... Boodadoo. Read this. Sort this to profession. Right now, I'm going to grab everyone, switch them to hauler. We'll sort out what they're doing after the fact. Drag 'em in. You're an excavator. You excavate so good. It's amazing. Excavator. After that is art. Art, you are in the Woodworkers Guild. Carpenter and Bowyery. Someone got nicknamed. Tachulu did. Has nickname. Tachulu rolled number 1. Tachulu. And now, just because, you know what? I'm going to do this now. This always gets asked for about halfway through. We never do it early. I'm going to do a dwarf command. Except it's not going to be me. This way we have Morgan accounted for. Everyone's like, after the fact, we always say that guy did good. That's the Morgan. But we never just name someone Morgan. It kind of defeats the purpose of the Morgan effect. So I will take a slot. I know I'm greedy. DM NPC, what a horrible person I am. But I'm going to attempt to create the Morgan effect. Gotta name the guy Morgan first, otherwise what's the point? DMPC match. Morgan was wood cutting, so he's going to be joining you in the military. You can still be the leader, but he's going to be joining you in the military. We'll go back to profession. Art, you are the Woodworkers Guild, so that's already handled. Just bone it. Morgan is set to be the lumberjack who's in the military. He's also supposed to be the farmer for right now, and the wood burner, and the plant gatherer, and the brewer, and the cook, and the furnace operator. We're gonna have to get him off of all the other jobs later. I like to point out, like, I literally just grabbed a random dude, whatever was left to be Morgan, and it's the guy that has every job known to man. Stoneworkers Guild is Tachulu. Stoneworkers Union, I'm so sorry. How dare I apply you were a mere guild when clearly you're part of the union. Wood crafting, stone crafting. Dominate, you're the apprentice craft dwarf, who also loves gems. Turn those back on. Eldrish, you were a fisher, which is no longer true. So I'm literally just going to be putting you in as the military, since we are not allowing fishing. You are enlisted. There you go. And Admiral Wiley, Butcher, Tanner, you are the slaughterhouse worker. Yes, and you don't need fish cleaning because, well, who really does? Slaughterhouse worker probably shouldn't be having bone carving. Oh, wait, we don't need a slaughterhouse worker, though, since we're not supposed to be eating meat. So I might switch you to a different job. Ooh. Admiral Wiley, you don't have skills in it, but I'm going to switch you over to our farmer. That way we have someone from the beginning doing farming. But I didn't call them a farmer. I called them a green thumb. That is what it is. That way you can have gathering and farming, and we don't have to worry about Morgan dealing with those skills. Commit that through, see how that works. Okay. Now, we're in a warm area. Doesn't freeze. Actually, hold on real quick. I wanted to make sure that the water was already updated to do things for any of the dwarves get, like, weird pathfinding issues. Boo-doo-boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I think what we're going to need to do is build floors down a Z level to extend that river out to here and let it fall there. The easiest way to have circular rooms and be able to control what the water is doing is if I already have it in an empty area, and then I can dig out everything else. So I think that's also, it's not centered to the map, but it's mostly centered, giving us the most room to work with. So this is where we're going to try to get the base built. So for right now, I am just going to chop down all those trees, all of them, and there we go. Stockpile it over here so we can start working on it. Secondarily, even though we're not going to be doing much with it later, I'm going to just get a farm plot built because the last 2 bases, I think, I ran into an issue where I ran out of booze. And I wasn't, like, up on the game of boozing. So if our plan for this is to be going ham as farmers, then let's just, even though we're going to be throwing these plots away later, let's just get this going like Stardew Valley style and just start day 1 with farms. Now, the only issue is, oh no, it's not the issue. Let's say farmer and plant gatherer are the same. They are the same, but they're not the woodcutter. That's what got separated. All right, so this has mostly been fixed. So we already have farming going, wood cutting going. We will be needing mining going, but we can wait a little bit because we're going to need people doing hauling. And then lastly, I need an area for what animals that came with us. Hold on. It's not the greatest, but we have 2 horses, and unfortunately, there are no guinea pigs as of yet. Let them begin. Hearthstone. It's not much, but it's honest work. He cuts a tree next to a cliff and dodges off the 23 sea level ledge. Holy shit, a staff of divinity. Shut up. No. Yeah, the priestess from Temple's just coming with you. Don't worry, I'll play her. It's your fault since no one rolled a healer. I have a sneaking suspicion that you've had a few run-ins with DM NPCs. Chulu. That is a very detailed picture of spam. I'm surprised it's so detailed. Hold on. Where's my phone? I'm taking a picture of that. There's a reason. There's a method in my madness. Terramokes, when he's trying to design his the emotes, he's like, I want to say paranoid, and he designs them for the smallest size. But there's no way that that thing is the smallest size. I think the auto scaling of the Twitch means you should be able to design them at a bigger, because that's got too much detail. Like, I think it could be more detailed than he's been being. I think he's being paranoid. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be the wrong one. Streamer, be right back. I need to get my phone to take a screenshot off my PC. Well, yes, but also no. I don't want to run other things unnecessarily. Like, I want something that I can just pull up. Like, what am I supposed to do? Drag him back to my office and be like, look at this screenshot? It is just a picture of spam. But my point is, it's a small picture of spam. Like, I think my thought is he's being paranoid, doing things as like, I'm about to sneeze, and trying to design things off of how much detail you can get out of, say, the small, like, 128 pixel by 128 pixel or 56 by whatever the hell it is. And I'm saying I don't think he needs to worry about drawing it on such a small scale, when if you can draw it big and scale it down, because that's not drawn to a small scale. It just got shrunk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I could also still be wrong. But no, if and when I bump into him, I can be like, here's a pic of what I'm saying, not, hey, quickly, let me go back home, put the picture in an email or fucking Steam chat and send it to you. All right, we have no seeds available yet, but that's fine because the guy has built the farm. So now you can just gather plants. All right, first things first. We need to build a cross. Actually, first things first, I'm going to save real quick and see if Armok Vision even works. It didn't work in a previous version, but maybe Armok Vision works now. I just thought of that. I want to save before I do this in case Armok crashes me. We're not going to be doing it too much. It's just while I'm thinking of it, is our Armok Vision still borked? First of all, that's supposed to be the roof, to be clear. Second of all, I need it so I can cut down the trees and the trees don't go plunk into the water below. What would you have me do there? If I don't have a floor, then as someone even pointed out, he cuts a tree next to the cliff and dodges off the 23 Z-level ledge. If I don't have the safety, then we're going to be screwed. Leave that alone a little bit. See if it ever gets past item prefabs. Oh, because bare minimum, I need to go down a Z level because that's where the water actually is. I'm above the water. Do you remember the Tomb of Doom? Yes, the one that caused the whole base to die. Yeah, no, I think Armok Vision is just frag now. That blows. Or are you trying to reference something else that I'm not thinking of? Get rid of the wood stockpile and redo it correctly without the trees in the middle and also do a bigger size. This way, if we have anyone not doing anything, we can group up. Still haven't gotten siege yet because we haven't actually done anything, but workshop still. It was the only tomb. Oh, that reminds me. Did anyone have anything requested for the last base that now can't exist? Push-ups was completed. Military. Dwarven skills, name something in the game. Don't have a KB, so I'm going to reject that for right now. But the people who want to be in the military. Eldritch, I already got you in, I believe. I did. Create a squad off the militia commander. I'm just going to say metal armor. You're supposed to be from that. Dragoman can be in, as will Morgan be in the military. Admiral Wiley wanted to know what his skills were. I think I kind of already half did that. Admiral Wiley, what you had for skills, like I'll refund it. What you had for skills, you're not going to be having because of the rules of this base. So right now you're a scrub lord at plant gathering and farming. That's kind of basically it. Because I took you off of the skills you're supposed to have, I'll refund your request. Also, secondarily, we'll need to make a quick little... We'll need to dig out a little place for everyone to live. I will do this over here. Just 2 Z levels down to make sure the root structure doesn't interrupt. And then we'll go from there. What do we have? All right. Also need to get stuff. Build workshop. Carpenters. Let's get a carpenters built up over here as well. So we can start getting instructions? Furniture. So we can get furniture installed down there. Oh, goody. So happy for rain. Who's our excavator? Dragoman. Building takes priority, as it always does. Okay, fine. Let's do it this way. Low priority. No. D. J. Priority 1. What is going on? You should get priority to do the floor. They drive me crazy. Did the military already claim this Eldritch? Have you claimed the pick and aren't putting it down? Tell me the truth, Eldritch. No, you have an axe. So where's the pick? Why are we not mining? Don't you wish that evil on me? Don't you wish that evil on me? Why is some of the water already low? We haven't consumed water. It's a hot biome. The water's evaporating. If the biome's hot enough for the water to evaporate, that means that the plants will eventually die. Right? That's not good. All right, we have to get the plants that we can get, like, right now. Was that Carpenter ever built? No. Carpenter was the Woodworkers Guild, right? Everyone's just busy constructing buildings, because that clearly is of the highest priority. Please just be done. Like, that's just what I wanted the other people to be doing, not any of the primary people. There we go. He's starting to dig. This, yeah, it was just a priority issue. All right. And again, this isn't... Damn it, circles. This isn't too much. I think that's the only thing I can really do it to. Even if I did it to this. Yeah, that'll work. Then it would be connected to a 4. Meaning 1, 2. Like that. Radius of 4, 5, 10. Real quick, I want to see if I got that right. Dig circle R. Dig circle 10. Close enough. It's 2 over. Yes. Oh, it needs to go out by 1. Okay. I made it more of an octagon. I see what I did. They're saying I have to do that for it to be a circle. Makes sense. I'm so sorry, Hellfire. We have no available doors right now. We are but a new base, traveling across the boat of life, seeing where the winds may take us. Whatever the hell that means. I need a craft dwarf to build the large pots. While we're doing that, we have some people still available. More date palm wood. I'm just gonna order a few rows at a time so it doesn't take up all of our damn time doing this. Do. Meanwhile, there's the aquifers up here? Okay, sure. Why do you bring me to the middle, though? Now, is that damp? Yeah, that's just damp because of what's above it. It's not even an aquifer. Shut up. He's being paranoid for no reason. Yeah, it was just surface water. I should have gone 3 down, not 2 down. Now, if I do the same over here, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There we go. For the other room. Now, you interrupted me. I need this to do... 5, 6, 7. Table, chair. 2 tables, a chair, and 7 beds. Wherever the Woodworkers Guild is. Now that that has been done, I think I can cut down these trees safely. I think we should be fine without them careening off into the forbidden aquatic wilderness below. Oh. All right. Let me think. We built this. I need large jars. We got to get this done sooner rather than later. Pots. We'll make 5 pot. After 5 whole pot, we can start trying to brew what we have into booze with the secondary goal of getting seeds. We can use the seeds to start the farm. Hopefully we have good seeds. Good question. Thank you. What do we have for brewing? I don't want to be doing barley right now. I don't want to do pearl Malay. Plump helmets won't grow, so we'll leave that alone. Rice I can't use right now, or whatever that is. Rye. So yeah, we'll make rice wine. We'll brew rice. Wait, won't it punch a hole through the construction, or is that just when they burn? When what burns? What is burning? That man has fallen asleep. Did he make a bed? He did. I didn't think this through. Oh, well, we'll make them one by one from the beginning. I was thinking the trees won't punch a hole through the construction because the trees can't grow on the construction. The trees can punch a hole through the ground floor, but that's when they're on natural ground. I'm not building a thing over here, 1. 2, like this is just like a little base to keep people in while I do the thing to the left. 2, I went down 2 Z levels so there's nothing that they can punch a hole through. That's why we actually ran into the water, because we're below the water and we didn't see it. Yeah, we will be fine. All right, we got 3 beds so far. Start getting people done up when they're tired. Because we already have people falling asleep on the ground, and that's not good. All right, rice plants, go. Boop, beep. We're going to have to use... I gotta figure out a way to cook the other plants or get rid of the ones we don't want in our growth cycles. Not walls, floors. Because what this is going to be is date palm. If we go from here and we assume a third of the map, let's assume the middle third of the map. I always forget the size of this damn thing. Even at a 3x3, this map is how big? $144 to there. Oh no, that's the edge. Ah, So it is 144. Back of the sheet math here. Quick maths. 3, 8, 12, 4, 8. No, 4, 8, 12, 5, 8, 15. 24, 8, 48. All right, so middle third will be a thing of 48. We'll need a space around it, mostly. Well, is a space around it necessary? No, we'll be inside it. So we'll have a radius internal of 48, 47, 46, 45, 44. We'll have an internal radius of 44. Starting from the middle, but not middle of this thing up here. Also, is there flying fish? Lungfish. Lungfish don't fly, though. They flop on the ground. Are they, like, careening off the cliff? Or are they climbing the cliff? Where are we abouts? This is the edge. We can't build in 6 to the edge. We have to remember that. Give or take, this is like 63 in, meaning our 44 will be 60 off. Half of that will be 20, or half of the 48 will be 24 from 60. We'll have 40 to the edge. We'll have plenty of room. All right, we don't have to worry about that. We're good. Good sir days for table flipping. What? I am speed. I'm so fast. Ah! All right. Have we planted the rice? I was thinking suspicion our dude hasn't planted the rice. Why is Green Thumb not planting rice? Because he's busy gathering plants. Okay. I kind of understand that. There we go. Now he's planting. Now he's planting the good rice. Flip the tables. Oh, we got a nice command. I don't know why we're flipping the tables, but okay. All right, I want 1, 2, 3, 4 tables, 5 chairs. Because people are flipping too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we've hit the limit of our... But we're making drinks. Now, if we're doing rice up there, the hell is a cassavas? Hold on. A, B, C, D. All right, cassavas grows year-round. I, as a human being, do not know what the hell a cassavas is. I've never heard this word in my life. Cassavas? We got it brewing right now. I'd rather not be brewing it, but whatever's getting us the starting seeds. We can eat the other plants. What is... Where's stalks? Plants. 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 Pealand. We don't have a guy yet, so I can't... Oh, wait. Cassavas. This is a... Thank you, game, for telling me the stack of 2 cassavas is a cassavas. It's edible only when cooked. Fuck, you can't even eat it. All right, nope. Fallow year-round. Cassavas does not help us. We need to make something that we can eat. Kitchen. Stop brewing it. Cassava. Or yucca. I almost recognize yucca. It's a cactus, right? A yucca's like a weird cactus. It's a root vegetable. Yeah, it's like a weird cactus tato. Okay. I would rather start cooking like yams or something then. Prickleberries. If we allow them to brew prickleberries, I think you can eat a prickleberry, right? I mean, you can eat rice. All right, hold on. What if I just... We'll leave them alone with rice. Just leave them alone. Eventually we'll get enough rice we can just eat the rice. Oh, God, please don't say it as yucca. Are you saying you don't like yucca fruit? What's it supposed to be? I actually knew what the word was. Yucca. I'm back, had to eat. Hekios 888. Weigh in on this. Yucca fruit. Is it pronounced yucca? All right. What about yams? Can't brew a yam. Damn it. Rye can't do unless it's processed. Spinach is cook only. How do you... whatever. Prickleberries. Plum helmets you can definitely just eat. We'll be getting seeds out of them. Oh, duh. I don't know why I didn't think of that. We can just do plump helmets right now. A small farm for plump helmets. And then we can just... We could just say don't brew them. They'll eat the plump helmets. That'll give us the seeds. You can just eat a plump helmet. Come on and slam. And welcome to the yam. Yes. Yes, Yucca? Why don't we just do plump helmets on the ground for now? Yes, Dominate. It took me a sec. I got up to it. Not yet. Oh, Yucca. I thought you were part of Hekios. Yes, Yucca. I was like, what the fuck is a ka? Thought people were calling me names. Yucca. I like space yam jam. Come on and jam. All right. We are setting these up as the bedrooms. There should basically now be a bed for everyone. I don't want anyone complaining. Lack of beds. Nobody has claimed any, though. Because, yes. I want a dining room out of this. Dining room, meeting area, meeting hall. Not a tavern or anything yet, just a meeting hall. I'm going to make this be a throne room right here. We are going to have a bookkeeper. Who's the bookkeeper for us? It's Tachulu. Tachulu. Ba-da-ba. Tachulu is ready to keep our books. Bookkeeper, low precision. I love fried yucca. fried yucca. Fry the yuccas. Now, God, whatever that dance was, stop it. Get some help. Come on, Andrew. I thought you were suddenly having an epileptic fit. I wasn't even dancing. What are you talking about? I like the trash talking game, but I honestly don't even remember what you're talking about. I don't think I was dancing. All right. Boiled yucca is yucca as well. All right. Date palm wood. Extend this out a bit. Oh, those are all ramps. That's not good at all. That's not good, Mega Man. Build construction floor. This will make more sense. Date palm wood. All right, get that built. So he may have been having a seizure. I mean, maybe. so. The apprentice craft dwarf Domine somehow convinced Eldritch to marry them. Congratulations. Trying to see. Eldritch fell in love when getting married to her spouse. What did I say, Domine? I got married. I feel such love. Yes, Domine's the husband. One less bed needed. Maybe other people would be fine if they occasionally slept individually and didn't wake them up every fucking night. Did you ever think about that? Did you ever think about that? I bet you didn't. What am I doing with these ones? Build table. Just put them in the middle. And then maybe more need. It hath started raining. Hopefully people have moved in. No, they're not even treating these as their beds. Fine. T'Chulu, Eldritch, and Domine, Dragoman, Art, Admiral Wiley, notified me, Morgan. Build farm plot. 2, 3, 4. I don't know why that one's got like a weird Z through it almost. And then that one will do the plump helmets for eating. Yucca. This. Okay, let me... What are you talking about? People are calling me names. Yucca. I like spacey MG. Come on, MG. Come on, MG. What is that? No, I'm serious. I don't know what that is. Like, I would almost say I like half committed to like headbanging or something, but then it goes a little late. No, I'm not fucking around. I don't know what that was. Yeah, but like it like a non, I don't know. I hope that's what I was doing. I just didn't think about it. Like I felt like I wanted to do a headbang or whatever. Because otherwise, no, that's straight up. Otherwise, if that's not what that was just seizing. Like I don't know what that is. I mean, that's not fucking dancing. Do do boo 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 do do boo. All right, we'll get out more date palm wood. Chair dance. Remove your upper. Yeah, I know, but like, if it was just at the beginning, I would understand it, but then it like that the weird trail off is what's got me like kind of confused. Yeah. Yeah, less spacey hams. Terrifying life moments with chit chat. Now it's more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to. I was gonna keep myself calm with being like I had half of a thought to do something and then like half committed to it without realizing it. Otherwise, I have no clue what that was. Like, not even joking. All right. I don't want to grow cassavas because they're pointless. I mean, you could brew them, I guess. It's the only seed we have growing. We'll do cassavas. Whatever. The cassavas, yuccas. All right, I'm going to turn off full suite. We don't have a base. Where are you getting a full suite from? Who is this? Domine? Are you trying to get you a suite for you and your beloved? I'm not going to get you a full suite. I can get you... because we don't have anything for a full suite. I can get the couple a tiny one. That counts as a circle, right? Trying to think about how to cram a suite out of the space we have. I think that'll work. Not a circle. New idea. Still not a circle. All right, yeah. No matter what, I can't do a 2-half thing and it count. So what if I do a 2? It's a tiny circle. And then what if I have it connected off diagonally? And then do the same on the other side? Problem is I can't connect it off diagonally, so I'll have to do it on the inside. You're going to have a really derpy suite, I'm not going to lie. We'll do that. And one can be your office or whatever, and the other one can be the bedroom. This will be how we'll get your suite done. Actually, if I then do it again, there you go. Now they can be connected. That's a suite. 2 circles. Meaning we don't need this one right now. Go away. Dirt suite. Look, you want the suite right now. We have access to dirt. You get your dirt. It's really nice dirt, though. If you want, I'll be nice and I'll floor over the floor with wood. That way everyone can look at you and your nice, clean, not dirt floor. We'll give you rambutan wood. Just because I can't think of the word rambutan without that goofy fucking commercial from Japan. I still am not entirely sure what that commercial was for. I think it's for a kid's drink. Oh, piney berry, 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 berry. That one for rambutan wine, or not wine, but rambutan and stuff. Something turned into fruits, but it was horrible child English. Like it was in English. It was a Japanese commercial that was like half in English, but it was in the type of English that you would say to a baby, like turned into fruits. And that's how they had the kids say it. It was fucking weird. Why do you want a tomb? Your tomb's at the bottom of the waterfall. And you're gonna like it. Plump helmets. All right. These we have to bleed off. These we don't like. I think this is going to end up being part of the circle later anyways. So I'm just going to do a ramp down. And then the diagonal dig. Actually, the ramp down needs to be here. Otherwise, I'm just going to immediately drown. And I, weird fact, don't like immediately drowning. There we go. Wherever the excavator has decided he's going to be. Because I'm showing 3 idlers. My excavator is... Okay, he is digging a channel. This way we can get the excess wood out. Damn it, I didn't think that went through. It did get flooded. I thought I did it so he could dig and then pop, but he popped and didn't dig. I didn't think that through at all. Okay. Well, now that I turned that into a big screw up, how do I fix? DH. If I channel this down, we'll be good. Channel that one down. Go. Fix my mistakes. Drinks. All right, we have numbers now. We have food, but we are running rather low on said food. We're doing cassavas, which we'll be doing into more alcohol. Alcohol. I don't even see cassavas here. What I need to make sure is we don't brew plump helmets. We're going to eat the plump helmets, and that'll give us back the seeds for the making of more plump helmets. I don't know how we got those. We're going to ignore that we have those. All right, I think everyone's got us set up down here already. That's the primary thing. Everyone's got a bed. We haven't gotten any migrants. I think I need to start getting things inside, but we haven't had any thieves yet. All we really have is an eagle, and eagles don't steal anything, so we don't have to worry about that. The Tomb of Doom. But that's how the Tomb of Doom happened. Yes, except this time it is only you who is doomed, so we don't have to worry. Oh my god, this is just so big. Date palm. Rambutan. Start clearing out the other wood. Rambutan. Willow. All right, that water is draining out, so we can start trying to use this down below. Now, the key issue is I need to figure out where the middle is. It doesn't need to be specific because we are going to be going up there to the diagonal. Actually, because the river is coming from the northeast, the middle is half defined. If, say, we define the edge of the circle here, I need to make sure that this is where the middle of the curve is. So whatever it is needs to be able to draw a focal point from, say, here. Meaning the center is there? If I go one over, it moves it over right one, which isn't too bad. 2. See what I mean? Like, if we're going to make this be the middle of the base and a circle, I guess I could try for this. I think that would be more the middle. Hold on. Below the square. How big is this space? This space is 14, so 7 to 8. Which is actually about where I'd put it. Okay, that's fine. We've been shunting it. If the curve was here, we've been shunting it left. If we shunt it up, that wouldn't be an issue, or it wouldn't help. If we shunt it down, it literally just needs to be left. Well, down gives you more time to go more left. I don't know. We'll go with over here. If this is where we were designing this, hold on, I'm going to go all the way down to the dirt to see how big that my radii need to be. We determined that the radius should be about 48. Nope. If we're doing it even, I need to be up by 1. Still 7 to 8. Dig circle 48. Filled. No, wait. I'm an idiot. Hollow. Doesn't fix it. All right. Hold on. All right. Get rid of this. I should have done the 48 hollow, the 44 filled. That was going to tell me what my spaces were. All right. Let's go back and remove these. Make sure I've got the framework right, because I want to make sure this isn't bumping into anything. All right, try that again. Dig circle, hollow, 48. Dig circle, filled, and I believe it needs to be 44. That is why I had to check that out, because it needed to be 4 off of each side, meaning it needed to be 8 shorter, not 4 shorter. It should actually be hollow filled 40. So clear that out one more time. Now that we know that I, as usual, forgot to divide by 2. This is why we measure twice, cut 19 times. A store fortress. Don't expect it to get done correctly the first time. What are you, a madman? trim this out. And we'll bring you down. Hellfire wants a gift sub. Why did the other circle... Coca-Cola, the other circle base died literally because it was dead. We got 22 migrants, and one of them was another were-zebra, and it killed the base and or infected everyone, and we were left with one dwarven child who was a were-zebra. Yeah. So the other base died. We were cursed with were-zebras. Like every time we got anyone new on the base, they were just in fact another agent of the lycanthropic zebra faction. Lycanthropic zebras? That makes sense. The lycanthropic zebra faction. So it wasn't frames. It wasn't because it was like, well, we can't do anything here. It was literally because we're dead. It could have possibly been recovered if I wasn't streaming. Like the kid would have eventually grown up and we could have handled it. There we go. And we could have handled it, but that would have been at least minimum a year in game of nothing happening. Wouldn't have been good for a stream. So perchance it was dead. So this is what I'm thinking. We have the outer circle. This is where we're going to have, say, the roof structure to and all outer walls built to. Then, other than where we are pathing in water, there will be a hollow circle, and then we'll have the inner one. Rather like the original Hanging Gardens base, because any water being done as a moat doesn't really work anymore because everyone can just swim. You basically need an air moat. So these are the two things we are going to be doing. The thing here has actual floors, so we don't necessarily need to dig it out when we hit ground. But the 23 Z levels up above, we will be needing. Difference from what we had in any design to this, the water is going to be brought in all the way to the center. And then I'll probably drop the water down and find a way for it to pour out to the individual things it needs to do. And we will have a grate over a lot of the water. Meaning we're not going to have a Z level. We are not going to have a base every Z level. Hence why some of it, particularly if it's below ground, is still going to be filled in. Because if the water comes in, right, that's the water layer, and you need a grate to walk above it, it means for there to be water, you need to have a floor below it, even if it's just a floor tile. So you have a thing above it, and the grate has to be connected to solid. So there will be wall here. Even if you have a floor here, you couldn't easily have something here. Like the water can't be going every level. Otherwise, it might as well just be a multiple deep level thing of water. So if you're to have it pathing around to do different things on different floors, you're going to need at least one floor of solid dirt or something for the water to be tunneling in between the layers. So we have 23 Z levels to work with. We will probably only actively be living on 10 of them, with the interposing floors being used for plumbing and the like as we may need it. We're not going to have the plumbing be external. We're going to internalize it to the base. No, not everything is a booba. I'm just drawing a circle. It's just a circle. It is a circle, and I needed to quickly know where the middle was. It's not even the middle, technically, because it is an even radii base. This is what it is. 'Tis not a booba. Not everything is a booba. It's not a booba. It's just a circle. The thing was circles. Circle base, central waterfall, diverse vegetarian fort. These are the rules. These are the rules that I've been instructed to work with. It's a mathematically perfect booba. Oh my God. No. Anyway, see, now I've lost where that position was. Give me a sec. How do we still lose wood over the waterfall? I built a floor before we cut down the tree. Actually, it should be a 2x2. Actually. That's the middle. So this right here needs to be where the waterfall is. 2, this needs to be a floor. Build construction floor. I need to go out to it. It's got to be at least there so it can reach. We'll use durian. The water's been drained out, so now I can reach the floor at least. Oh, yeah, the actual logs I wanted to reach drained out. I didn't think of that. I was late and it's perky. It's all boobas and wiggly wings. Anyone who has seen a boobs knows they aren't circular. Thank you, Hekios. Thank you. There is a voice of reason. I don't know why my chat appears to be filled with people who are just certain that every booba is a circle. But there's no dig oval to emulate the saggy booba. Boobas aren't straight. Ignoring the saggy part of it, they're not straight. You're not going to have a straight line in a booba. He's the only one of you that has any damn sense. All right, we'll drag you down. That still needs to go out to here. Well, no. To there. Two more. Am I on chatbot again? Why am I only seeing the words Rue Coffee? I'm on chatbot again, aren't I? No, I'm not. Does chatbot show that one? I don't get that emote. I don't know why. I get booba, I get a meal, I don't get coffee. Rimulator. Rimulator? Look, it's Rimulade. The internet agreed with me. I don't know why you guys keep bringing these up like you're getting victories. The internet agreed with me on that one. It's Rimulade. Okay. So that is what we need out to the middle of this structure. My top lines up with the top, meaning this floor would need to go out. I need to build around the gap now. The only problem is every other floor, the water, we had an idea for a central waterfall. What it was a central, or was a waterfall in the tavern. So in order for the water to flow in the directions we need, it can't be a central waterfall all the way through, or else we'll never be able to get the water ourselves. Meaning that if we go down in the circles, that the waterfall might go down. The water comes in here. We have a tavern here. The waterfall falls through the tavern layer into the layer below. The layer below catches it, runs the water back out to the perimeter, and then somewhere safely in the perimeter, it drops it down again, then brings it over. Because otherwise, if the water is just straight through, we could never use it for anything. Like, we might just have one waterfall all the way through, which would be very great for mist generation, don't get me wrong. But if we, if we needed to divert water off to make a well, for instance, we wouldn't be able to tap the water easily from a massive, a straight waterfall. Now, the majority of the base, we could do this, but at least twice. One below a waterfall for water, one above a waterfall to drown the fucking waterfall. Can't drown the waterfall, to drown the waterfall. The hospital, to drown the hospital, we're going to need at least 2 offshoots to store water. One to flood, not even drown, flood a hospital and one with which to access the well and drain the resultant flood, because we had one base without lichen protection and the game punished us for it. So we need to make sure that in the future we don't have that issue. I think I need one more level. Because this is just a wall. It's nothing. Yeah, I've done this wrong. We need one more on the floor here before we start building around. Build construction floor. So we'll do that off of citron wood. And then cancel the ones in the middle. Ta-da! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That's the middle. Every time I type re, my phone wants to correct it to remulate. Oh my, did the quality randomly decrease? It's good now, though. I do show a few drop frames. I don't know why. Yeah, I randomly show 1,097 drop frames. Why? Isn't it supposed to give me a little alert telling me why it dropped frames? It came back though, right? I couldn't begin to tell you. I have no clue. Do, 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 do. Well, I mean, it might still be shitty Comcast internet. That's what I'm using to upload. One way or another, let's just blame Comcast. I feel like you can't be wrong if you blame Comcast. Like, I think it's statistically proven you just can't be wrong. Now, how tall does this go up? I can do that and be fine. All right, I could straight up do a max and have no problem. What do I have access to? Pomegranate wood. Goes to the Chinese food delivery driver in your machine. I don't know. I'm so paranoid right now because it did a Windows update earlier today again as well. I'm just paranoid. And then remember, for any of you on the Discord, I had a weird graphics issue. Previously. Like, the screen became nothing but a bunch of weird triangles and glowing blue circles. I don't know what caused that. I'm starting to suspect I don't know. But I'm starting to suspect the graphics card, but anytime I use any other graphics card, it can't handle what I'm doing, which I just find weird. Like, I'm suspecting somehow there is a weak link in my computer, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what I need to change to get rid of the weak link. Take a picture of the weird graphics issue with your phone, then hold it to the camera for us to see. Okay, hold on. How's that? There you go. Instead of just showing it on the screen, I'll hold this up to the camera. Because remember, I took a picture of it with the phone so I could send it to you guys because I couldn't access the Discord when that was happening. It was like really crazy. It's on the Discord. There's also a video of it too, of me like painting to show all the monitors. They were all like crazy like that. I was just like, what the hell's going on? Yep, that's the software, Gore. Yeah, hold on. If I can pause it. The right monitor, I don't know how well this will be visible. The right monitor looked like that. Like I said, weird triangles. Like, I don't know what happened to the right monitor. Like, this was across all the monitors. The middle one was the circles and things again. And then, because I was, like, rendering at the time, on the left, I had, essentially YouTube playing Amazon Video, and this is what was happening on the left monitor. No physical damage, mind you. And when the video's playing, this is doing like different frames. Like that's what was happening on my left monitor. Like the whole thing went crazy. Like I have no clue what was going on. So that was last Monday. So we were having some technical difficulties. They seem to have mostly gone away ish. They went away for everything, and then on Sunday, so yesterday, Terramokes, Shadow Fox, and Crowban were over, and we tried doing Battlefield. And I'm wondering if there was just a graphical update for Battlefield or something on an AMD card that's causing this. We did a few matches of Battlefield, and then that glitch happened again, where he got shot. Terramokes was using my computer because his laptop was having even work, like just wasn't loading the game at all. His laptop's like 5+ years old though. And we went through like a match completely fine. And then like at the very end of the match, he got shot and the computer degenerated into that again. So I think I'm having an issue right now with the graphics driver, but I don't know what causes it because it doesn't happen anywhere else anymore, but Battlefield caused it again. So I'm wondering if the recent update, the recent graphical update, you know, they like the beta ones or whatever. I'm wondering if there's like a beta one for Battlefield that I've downloaded and it's making the card do a call wrong. So far, we seem to be doing good though. Yes, it is all on Discord. Oh, I see what you're saying. I could have just showed you the video that was on Discord as I've already put it there. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. Wood.
Why do you think I can do this?
Why am I being interrupted by a honey badger? Why doesn't the honey badger give a fuck? He's dead. Who killed the honey badger?
The green thumb kicked the honey badger in the head with his left foot, and the injured part collapsed.
So who's our green thumb? Green thumb is Admiral Wiley. Admiral Wiley kicked the honey badger in the head and exploded it. I guess it was badger goo. We can't eat the honey badger. We are apparently a base of vegetarians. We must only eat the plants. We eat and drink plants to survive. There's no proteins for our dwarves. We'll need bones for mood. Oh yeah, we can kill things. Actually, in order to kill it, you have to get the bones. You have to butch, which generates the meat, and they automatically eat the meat. I didn't think of that. We're gonna have a problem. I could probably ban meat. Are you thirsty? Why are you thirsty? I got drinks. I got plenty of drink. You don't need to be thirsty. Drink Brando. It's what plants crave. We have dwarves. Why is it saying we don't have dwarves? I thought I typed in new dwarves. It's off by 8 migrants. Hold on. It's lying to you, Death Star. I don't know why it's lying. I could have sworn I typed in this number earlier. Migrants 8. All right, you're good again. Zakthos getting dwarf number 1. Zakthos, right now you are probably a stone crafter. What do I call a stone crafter? It's not Stoneworkers Union. We have apprentice craftsman, and we had Master Stone. There you go. Yeah, you're a Master Stone. Next up is Hekios at dwarf 3. Hekios 888 getting dwarf number 3. Hekios 888. Hekios, you are a Master Bone. Commit that through. Who is next? Coca-Cola 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are a Master Stone. We have a lot of Master Stones randomly. Coca-Cola 5, who is also a Master Stone. Yep, okay, everyone's done in. Profession. Hold on. Master Stone. That one guy become Master Bone? He did become a Master Bone. All right, let's make sure I put him in right. I thought I'd done it wrong. Dwarf 3 for Hellfire Skyrim. Hellfire, you're an excavator. Which is fantastic. We've been needing... Again, I nearly forgot to put in the name. Hellfire Skyrim. I got you. Don't you worry. Calm yourself. You missed Death Star. Fuck. Where did I say Death Star was? Death Star rolled a 1. Oh, I saw the same one twice. Okay. Yes. All right, hold on. Let me do some quick math here. 1. No one rolled a 1 before you, meaning that no matter what, you would have been whoever is number 1. So this is Death Star. Death Star. You have numbers. 1, 7, 5. That's right, we can't fit in your full name, can we? Why not? Numlock was off, that's why. Death Star, you are a weapon. Jesus, a legendary weaponsmith. What did I call Metalworkers Guilds? Metalworkers Guild. You had a secondary skill is pressing. You're not pressing anything, so yeah, no. All right, resume that through. Weeping Smith. Weepings. You know he's going to build, right? He's going to build a Death Star. He's a legendary... Okay, that movie was bad. I know, like, a lot of people are like, well, that movie was pretty decent for the Star Wars movies coming out at the thing. For effect, sure. The actual plot, though, is, like, really bad. The Death Star plan stealing movie, whose name is eluding me right now. They, like, the rebels were completely the bad guys in that movie. It was really weird. I don't know if anyone else saw that movie and just thought the same thing I did, but, like, I was watching it and I was just like, who are we supposed to be rooting for here? Like, all the rebels are making weird decisions, and I was just like, so they're evil. Weapons. The Smither of weapons. If anyone doesn't remember the movie enough, or is just like, what the hell are you talking about, you crazy man? The points that confuse the hell out of me is, all right, there's a dad. Dad is kidnapped, and he is made, you have to make the Death Star. Dad's like, I don't want my family to die, so I guess I'll make the Death Star. And then the dad is also like, but I'll secretly put in a weak point. Then he gets the information out to his daughter and is like, tell them I put in a weak point. The daughter goes to the Rebel Alliance and is like, yo, there's this thing called a Death Star and my dad's been making it. And the Rebel Alliance is like, your dad's evil and we're going to put him down. And she's like, no, he put a weakness in the design. He can tell you how to destroy it. And they're like, okay, we're going to need to get those plans, maybe, kind of. And then to the side, they're like, we have to kill him. He made the Death Star. Instead of trying to track down the plans, how about you don't try to kill the guy who made it and just fucking ask him? Blew my mind. Literally, it's like, why is there even a thing where the Rebel Alliance is like, well, he made the Death Star. He's super evil. We got to kill him. And it's like, against his will. He's the one that sourced the... You don't need to send people to steal the plans. Your first priority should have been get the dude. He knows the thing. He could just tell you where it is. He did it. But no, so the Rebel Alliance was more gung-ho about just killing. Like, you could argue innocence of it, but like a guy who did so unwillingly, I don't know where you'd want to draw the innocence line, but for intents and purposes, a possible ally, I'll say. The Alliance was just so gung-ho on killing an ally for no reason. I was just like, this is stupid. They're evil. They're all evil. I didn't like it. Rogue One. Yeah, I think a whole village got killed at the beginning too, but no, that might have been a different movie. Lots of things died in it. It was straight up, though, I was watching the movie the whole time, I'm like, they're evil. Anytime, like, I swear, it's not even like the main characters. I'm not talking about them. I don't think they did anything necessarily like evil. But like when they had the thing of like the main character would leave and you would see like the Rebel Alliance talk to themselves. Every time they said anything, like my brain, I'm just like, so they're the bad guys? Like they kept doing like a whole like, ooh, we're tricking them subplot. Like, tee hee hee, the stupid naive children, we're tricking them. And it's like, you can't do that. You can't do that plot. You're the good guys. Why are you doing this plot? Why are you like, tee hee, we're tricking them. Don't tell them we're tricking them. You shouldn't be tricking them. You're the Rebel fucking Alliance. Why are you tricking them? I don't know. But yeah, straight up, that movie, like, not the main characters, just the people who are the side characters in the Rebel Alliance. They're evil. They're like super evil. Like, I'm not, you know, whether or not they're more evil than the Empire is neither here nor there. They're supposed to be the good guys. It's not even a question of like, ooh, morally gray area. They're just going out of their way to kill the dude. It's like, why? Why are you doing this? How about you don't kill him? Like, more people would have lived and not had to do the weird heist if they didn't just try to kill the dude. They are all the, yeah, like, they're all the bad guys. It's just like, you're supposed, what is this? Like, oh, we're going to have to put him down. Because he made the, like, that's the thing they kept going back to, though, is like, oh, he designed the Death Star. Would you rather this dude design the Death Star with a weak point, or would you rather someone else design the Death Star without the weak point? Like, I know we'd all rather the Death Star not be designed to begin with, but that there's already a fox in the chicken coop. Like, it's a little too late for that. I believe I have a set of push. The bad, and the ugly. All right. I think I have one set of push. Cover myself. Don't move on me, chair. You risk injuring me when you do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. There you go. I think I only saw one go by in chat. Oh, Sirlac, a little too late. Is okay. Action cam is off. Oh, and I saw another thing. Hold on. 5 push. Hellfire wanted the sub. Hold on. Before I forget that, are you still here, Hellfire? Let me gift that sub. I saw it earlier, but since I didn't have the mouse over here, I didn't want to click it. Get the sub to Hellfire. Yes. Gifted to him. Hellfire loves all the subs. Alright, that is complete.
RN Strategist gifted a tier 1 sub to Hellfire's Karim.
Nominate in the military. Okay. Hellfire Scarim. No, I said. Basically, would you rather the fox eat the chickens but leave the golden goose, or would you rather the fox just eat everything? Yeah, exactly. Like, weird movie. But that has reminded me, what is going on here? Why is this? Oh, is this because I said to do that? What video did I see recently? This keeps annoying me. I swear, YouTube and the internet will just like wait a couple weeks and then show me another video of someone just not understanding what space is or what electromagnetics are or like radiation. I hope none of you are flat earthers. I hope, I swear, I hope none of you are flat earthers. I'm pretty chill with anyone doing whatever they want in life. You do you. You're not hurting anyone. I don't care. But man, do some of the flat earth arguments drive me bonkers. Holy crap, do they drive me crazy. And it wouldn't even just be, it's not even the arguments that the earth is flat. Ultimately, don't care. Ultimately, do not care about that particular argument. It's whenever they try arguing it, like using electromagnetic waves, or like the fact they're like, oh, all satellites are fake. So much of what we do is based around transmissions to and from a satellite. That's the one that gets me. It's like when shit like that happens, I'm just like, no. They keep talking about, I saw this thing. I saw this video. YouTube just loves pissing me off. I saw this video where this dude was babbling about the firmament. He was like, not only is the world flat, but there's a dome above us. No, we can't actually go anywhere. And if it wasn't for the dome, all the air would just blow away. And there's nothing actually up there. The moon and the sun, they're like somehow attached to this weird dome. No, the fuck are you like there's a transparent wall above us. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to track some of these people down. Like if I ended up in a position like where I just had money and could be retired, that would be my hobby. My hobby would be tracking down just the crazy flat earth people and just smacking them. I just want to smack some sense into people. If you want to go with the world is not round because you're crazy or whatever, and people are talking about water mountains, whatever, you're wrong. I disagree with you, but that doesn't annoy me. If you want to start babbling saying that there's no such thing as satellites and we've never been more than like 1,000 feet off the ground or some insane, that drives me bonkers. That drives me fucking insane. Where is my dirt suite? It's working ish. Hold on. What do we want from them? I want plants. Do you have plants? I think this is my big thing right now. Garden veggies. Oh, give me raspberries and strawberries. No, not strawberries. Don't they go weird? I want cranberries. We always do strawberries. We're going to change it up today. Pineapples. Got to get pineapples, else how are we eating the pizzas? All right, there we go. And you know what? Let's get some cukes in here. I saw cucumbers. Cucumbers, pineapples, fantastic. Pizzas. We'll save the cranberries for, you know, a calzone. Everyone knows cranberry calzones are the best. I don't care what you want from me. I don't have anything to give you. Stop it. I don't have anything to give you. I keep telling you this. You're right. You're right. We dug it out, I believe, but I never actually put the furniture in. Where is Carpenter? Yeah, look, I knew it. I knew it. The ground is dying off from the heat. I called it. I frickin' called it. You need a bed. No, a bed, a chest, a cabinet, a table, a chair. Yes. Dwarf Earth is Capricorn shaped. Sounds like someone who watched Big O. I don't know what Big O is and got it confused with reality. Or if you were super rich in the moon. I think it's frightening that with bullshit are willing to believe. Pie's apple. I've never had a cranberry calzone, nor have I. That sounds gross. And I kind of like my... I was joking about that one. I have never digested. I've never consumed anything close to a cranberry calzone. I paid for the military. You put Hellfire instead of me in. talking about? Aren't you? Wasn't it? Wasn't it Hellfire? No one questioned it when I put Hellfire in. I could have sworn it said Hellfire. Domine said I want to be in the military. I see this. Didn't Hellfire want to be in the military? Hold on. Rue Coffee. Gift me a sub from Hellfire. A tomb, which I'm kind of half. I'm not ignoring it, but I'm half. Yeah, I don't actually see it. I think I got two things confused. Oh, yeah. No, Big O, Big O, Big O, or whatever the frick the tune is. I know what you're talking about now. All right. Was it Domine then? I do see Domine asking to be in the military. There you go, Domine. But it just drives me bonkers. Like, I don't agree with it, but I could ignore someone being like, we did. I mean, I can barely ignore. For the purposes of this argument, I will ignore the people bad about we didn't go to the moon or whatever. You're fucking wrong, but you know, I'll ignore that. The one that I saw who was saying that satellites aren't real. So much of our society right now is dependent upon satellites. So much. The big difficulty right now is safely getting a satellite up and it not slamming into this like curtain of metal we're like building around ourselves on accident. Well, not accident, but the flak, the shrapnel from all of our other launches is causing an issue to this. This is something we're having to work around. We have fucking satellites. GPS, triangulation, communications, a lot of these things don't work. Like you have to, if we don't have satellites, then we don't have antennas. Like that's how weird that argument is. In order to have any communication long distance, either we're trunking everything through the massive cables under the ocean, which we do have, and we use it for internet, or you're using satellites. Anyone who has a roof and they have satellite TV has a radar dish that can literally only work if there's a satellite up there because of how radio waves propagate. Like, I know it's not a radio, but it's electromagnetic waves because of how it propagates. Literally every freaking dish around the entire world would have to somehow be part of the giant anti-satellite conspiracy. That's just how the dishes work. You cannot have a big enough omnidirectional antenna to hit all of those fucking dishes. You need to have them pointing at something. That's not how antennas work. Oh, we have alpacas. If we don't have satellites, then literally the majority of our antenna-based communication is just a lie. Like, not only is it a lie, they literally just don't work. Why, if aliens are real and they know about our practice, would they ever really say, take me to your leader? Well, I think that was just because of movies. That's because like the 70s and 80s movies. Did we run out of the other stuff? Did we run out of cassavas? I guess I can go for prickleberries right now. I don't want to, but I guess we can. And 6 get free TV? Dish Network kind of this. That's exactly my point. I wish I could, like I was a better artist. But real quick, just follow me here. I'll do this as fast as I can. All right. Dig. I already have that dig circle command, don't I? Dig circle, hollow, I'll say 10. No, 13. All right. Omnidirectional antenna. This is how an antenna works. It boops. It boops out in a fucking sphere. Do you know how the strength of this for low distance things? You can just, anything that works in a sphere for low distances, you can just sum up with the math of 1 over the distance squared. It's the inverse square law or something like that. This works with light and shit too. I think everything As long as you're not above solar system scale shit, the inverse square law works. You need more shit beyond that. If this is at strength 100%, at 1 unit of distance, whatever the unit is for that particular math problem, it's squared. So 2 units of distance, 2 meters, the signal's only as quarter as strong. 3 units of distance, it's only 1/9 as strong. 4, it's only 1/16 as strong. You cannot maintain, you would need so much fucking power. I don't know why I got rid of that. I only need to get rid of half of that. However, comma, if you have an antenna broadcasting something like this, doing a wave in one direction, and it hits a slightly, oh fuck, this isn't gonna be a line, and it hits a shallower reflector, this is not done mathematically correct to scale. I think I did that outside of the bigger one. Yeah, okay, so outside the bigger ones when it comes in. If you have a more concave thing hitting a flatter dish, this is going to hit first, then this, then this, then this. Do you know what that means? When it reflects it, it comes out basically as a straight line. By maintaining it to a straight line, instead of it spreading out wider over distance, you follow a far shallower signal loss ratio. You don't do an inverse square. I forget what the other math problem is, but it's like saying 1 over it times 2 instead of it 1 over it squared. So you can go a lot further distance. Do you know what happens when you have a straight line wave like this hit the same ratio dish? The edges hit first, and then the middle hits, making it go back to being a circle again. And then it comes back and it hits the one point where your receiver is. You know what that does when you make it coming in like that? You've inversed the inverse square law. You've re-squared the fucking signal. So you take a signal, you 1 over the square of something for a short distance, switch it to a format, basically. It's not a format, wrong term, but a framework that it loses signal strength a lot less, send it somewhere, and then square it back up so that you have a really far smaller signal loss. But if you do this, you're shooting it in a straight line because it's not omnidirectional. It's not going everywhere anymore. In order to maintain the distance, you have to get rid of the omnidirectional shit, meaning it has to be pointing at something. This is what a directional antenna does. This is what your receiver is. The antenna's the little tiny box. It's just shooting at the dish and getting the signal from upstairs in the satellite. That's all it is. The dish isn't the actual fucking antenna. It's a tiny fucking thing in the box in front of the dish. That's all that is. So if you are using a dish, that means it has to be pointing at something. You cannot have an omnidirectional radio antenna. Doesn't matter how fucking chunky it is. The dish isn't reflecting it from the right direction because the antenna's pointing at the dish. What the fuck is over there? Everyone's dish? They're pointing upwards. If you had an omnidirectional antenna, that thing would have to be like fucking 90,000 miles tall to be broadcasting down. What do you think they're pointing at? Like, just sheer physics. If you ignore everything else, there has to be something there, because where's it getting the signal from? It's not omnidirectional. But no, satellites are fake. Literally anyone who has Dish Network disproves that. Just look at the fucking dish and be like, somewhere in that direction. It might not be pointing specifically at the satellite. It could be like a few degrees off, because, you know, you do have a few angles, like a cone, that it could be trying to receive it from. That's, you know, depending upon your fucking weather and shit, like, not weather, but trees and shit like that. But yeah, you're not just like, oh, the big tower in New York, that's where America gets its TV from. This one tower in New York. The fuck are you talking about? We're not. Who's pointing at New York? Who told you these lies? That's just not how it works. Like, right there you go. I just gave you like a quick class on fucking radar waves. That's like literally like, that's kind of also partially kind of how like the basic level of understanding for how a radar kind of works is. If you have it omnidirectional, you're not going to maintain the strength when it goes there and back. That's why you have phasic radars. That's why you have things that beam form it. 5G. Someone brought up 5G. Everyone's terrified about beamforming. Oh, beamforming is how they kill you with the radio waves. Beamforming was invented by the military. Maybe not a guy in the military, but the experimentation of how to use it, because it's used in radars. It's just a phasic radar. Just look up phased array. That's all beamforming is. Beamforming is just like a civilian word for a phasic radar, except you're not gauging what the distance is. That's all it is. That's all beamforming is using multiple fucking one-directional arrays and phasing them correctly to make the beam go in a certain direction. That's all beamforming is. That's it. That's why any fucking router that's like, oh, we have beamforming technology, multi-input, output, multi-user, they're all gonna have multiple antennas. It's just a 2-antenna fucking setup. That's literally all it is. If you trigger one antenna, 0.0 whatever fucking seconds, the next antenna, if this wave is slightly ahead in this wave, they're gonna destructively interfere, except for in one narrow band where they're gonna constructively interfere, making that signal stronger, taking two omnidirectionals and destroying most of the side signals, most of it. There are things called side lobes, separate conversation, and making a narrow beam where you've like curtained it off without having to use a physical reflector. You're using electromagnetic waves to hit electromagnetic waves to kind of like beamform it-ish, but not really. And even then, it doesn't go far. You're not hitting your fucking router from a mile down the road. It's not that great. It's just more useful than the old school shit. Oh no, that's gonna kill us. 5G, they track your organs with beamforming. No. There's more radiation outside that beam than inside the beam. It's just not useful. Beamforming doesn't turn into some crazy laser of doom. Literally, just go to YouTube, just find anything talking about a phased array radar. There you go. They're talking about beamforming. Done. It's gonna fucking fry your organs. Not any more than a regular fucking antenna would. Like, the beamforming itself does not turn it lethal. That's fucking insane. Radio waves are magic, antenna are magic wands. Sorry, beam. B-E-A-M, beam forming. It's the thing that 5G does. It's like one of the things that causes 5G to be so fucking supposedly lethal. Ooh, the 5G is gonna kill us. Now, if you want to have a discussion as to like the actual signals they're using, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. I still think it's bubkiss, but whatever. People keep bringing up beamforming. I've seen a couple of videos. They're like, oh, it uses beamforming to like target your heart and microwave your heart. Whoever came up with that is insane. That is nothing at all to do with what beamforming is. Like, at all. At all. Technically, it was completely unusable. But as soon as anybody had two antennas together, beams have been formed. If you have an AT&T cellular device and your friend has an AT&T cellular device, if they trigger at about the same time, there was going to have been an area where there was a focused beam. Didn't make it any stronger than the source. It just made it lose its signal less. And that would have been in a fucking random ass direction. All beamforming is saying, hey, I got a 10 on the right side of my router. I got a 10 on the left side of my router. I know how to make this do it. That's all it is. All it is. It's not crazy. A hot ass map is going to be the death of us because we have not grabbed all the plants to make our own beans. No, we'll be fine, maybe. Some areas of it don't die out. I don't know why some of it is green. We do need to grab more plants, though. We did not grab the plant earlier that I really wanted. Oh my god, the water is evaporating like crazy, isn't it? Jesus. No, but beam. I'm saying it fast, but beam forming. It's phased. It's a phased array. That's the exact same word. Or it's not the exact same word. It's the exact same idea. Just two things. A phased array radar is using the formed beam to figure out how far something is. Beam-forming Wi-Fi and 5G telecommunications networks are using beam-forming to make sure you have a stronger signal. If you have a stronger signal, you can achieve faster speeds. That's it. If it was lethal, yeah, we do technically, yeah, we have directional microwaves. Like radio waves can, if it's in the right frequencies, can be lethal. I would not suggest someone stand in front of a frickin' Patriot radar. You're gonna get cooked. But the idea that they're using beam-forming technology to be lethal is like, what are you talking about? That is nothing to do with it. Because the problem is you have this issue with the A, B, and G Wi-Fis. You basically, we've had 5G on our routers before we've had 5G on the phones, essentially. The problem is, if you go back and look at the old standards, A Wi-Fi could reach, I'm gonna make up numbers here, about 100 meters or 100 feet. Blind. Welcome to the stream, Blind. Are you here to learn about radars? I have a button for you. I know you do. I know you do. I know I do. There we go. My button did not work. I thought I had a thing for you, Blind. Hold on, let me write that down in my notes. I came up with one for Kleinodeb, but I don't have one for you. Hold on. Blind IRL needs shout out statement. The partner one was a wild card one I had if I didn't have a statement written in. Patchwork. Hello. Yes, he's flicking a beam. And I heard someone get dwarfed. Was I just hello? I don't know. I just rolled around a bunch of planets and got ate by a black hole. What game are you? I did just shut you out. X01. What is X01? So I am denouncing, I'll say, a certain aspect of conspiracy theorists that correlate to my actual scientific knowledge is wrong. Technically, I think I could say professional knowledge, since I did use it as a job for radars. I'll say professional knowledge of the subsect of flat earthers. I mean, the whole thing's fucking bonkers. The subsect of flat earthers who claim that we don't have satellites and we haven't been in the space, and mix that in with the people, the subsect of 5G is lethal, who keep bringing up beam forming, which is essentially a technology that has been around since like the 40s. Like, I think we actually used a version of this near the back end of World War II, just nowhere near as effective, in the military. And it's been used by Wi-Fi for a while as MIMU, multi-input, multi-user Wi-Fi, uses beamforming. But for some reason, the people who are like 5G is lethal, and again, anything about the actual wavelengths they're using and stuff, that's a separate conversation. But the ones who are bringing up that beamforming makes it some government weapon, that is, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You need to figure out like a new thing to be targeting. Morons? Yes. So as we were discussing, I kind of did a drawing early, but one, for anyone who just came in, satellites exist. If any of you have the opinion of we didn't land on the moon, I firmly disagree with you, but I'm not, that is not the topic of this. If any of you are so extreme into that you also think that all satellites are wrong, literally every dish network radar dish disproves it. Like, by the physicality of how electromagnetic waves work, radar, satellite communications, anything, that dish can only be receiving from one direction. I did like a quick diagram in Dwarf Fortress of it earlier, but there's a way to convert a circle. The dish is converting a circle, which loses signal very fast, into essentially an almost square line, like a directional beam. And then a directional beam comes in and hits that dish, and it basically converts it back into a circle to hit that thing in the middle. The thing in the middle in front of the dish, the little thing doing this, That's the actual antenna. The dish is nothing. That's just a very precise shape to reflect the beam. If you don't have the beam coming straight in, you cannot have a like radio tower back here and it do anything to the dish. Like the signal has to be coming from in front of the dish. It is a directional fucking communication. Now, the satellite's not doing each dish individually. It is basically doing a signal like that. But the dish, in order to reflect it, has to be looking at what you're talking to. So there has to be a satellite there. There just has to. It's almost like saying that squares aren't real because it's a straight line. Rectangles? It's almost like saying rectangles aren't real. And only circles are real. Speaking of which, by the way, for anyone worried about wondering about the actual fort, our old fort died. Like, we got hit by were-zebras 4-5 times every year because we had a trade caravan when a were-zebra attacked us, and he got infected and went back to the civilization and like infected the civilization. So we had a merchant, we had a diplomat would come in and then transform into lichens. We had a migrant come in as a were-zebra. So we kept rebuilding our base, and then everyone would just die down to like one dwarf again. And we got stuck with one dwarf was alive. It was a child who was a were-zebra. So it was either I was going to just stream at the shortest time would have been 1 full year till the next migration wave with a kid doing nothing, or just cut our losses on that base. So we're still sticking with circle, but this time we are supposed to have it centralized around a waterfall, which means this base is probably going to die a lot sooner, probably due to FPS death when we have a mist generation going. And also, they wanted it to be a diverse vegetarian fort, in that I'm supposed to grow a lot of different types of plants to create lots of different types of foodstuffs from the plants. I'm not supposed to do fishing. I'm not supposed to do hunting, because I have been known to just rely on the high strength of the fishing industry. So I'm not allowed to do that. So we basically have nothing going because I wasn't paying attention. I was about to say we have the short end of 100, but I forgot to tell the brew dude to go back and brew again. All right, so we're dead now. Why are we not planting the plants? Okay. We don't have plants to brew, but we also don't have seeds to plant. What has happened? Where did my rice go? How did I lose rice?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for following, Darren Sullivan. Okay, random. Let's start brewing barley. And plum helmets. And prickleberries. And pearl malay. And right, brew everything. We had an industry going on rice. And I don't know where my rice went. My dude has stopped gathering plants. Why has he stopped gathering plants? Can you prove squares are real? I mean, that's kind of basic. Why do I have a necromancer and I just gave myself a splinter? My desk just gave me a splinter. I'm cursed. How do I now have a necromancer? One base fell because I had a lichen, and now I have a necromancer. Well, I hope nothing ever dies. How did I just get a okay, cool, whatever. Random necromancer. But no, that like it's a fundamental thing to how society works, is that we have satellites. And it's like, no, the thing that I saw, they were trying to say that there was something called a firmament, which was basically there is this transparent, supposedly, force field above the Earth. Because I guess someone said if the Earth is flat and we're moving through space, why wouldn't the atmosphere fall off? So this crazy dude's counterclaim is that the atmosphere can't leave because there's a force field around the Earth, meaning anything that we think is in space isn't really in space, because the magical force field is like a mile up tops. or some fucking crazy nonsense. No. Not even talking about refraction indexes, like the refractive differences between atmosphere, moist atmosphere, and a force field. We have satellites. It's just I just don't understand. Like, okay, whatever. I will disagree, but if someone's going to be like, all right, we didn't land on the moon. All right, that's probably fueled by a distrust of the government. Cool. I disagree, but I'm not going to waste the energy on that argument just because anything I try proving, because it was so long ago, anything I try proving is going to be like out-argued by stupidity. Cool. But something that we are using right fucking now based upon geometry, you've got to be some kind of crazy. As long as you don't let something die while startling the necromancer. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because he would do the necromancy as an attack. Okay. Prepare to be dragon mind. Essentially, we're a snow globe. Yeah, it's funny because flat earth theories are more complex than actual science. Dude, like I said, like it was weird. Like the dude himself was doing a rebuttal video to someone else. I don't know who he was talking to. Like, I don't even know like why YouTube suggested it to me, but the title, part of the title involves something like satellites aren't real. Or it was like, so you think satellites are real? Like that was the dude's counter title. So I don't even know what the original conversation was. So he brought up the dude's rebuttal to him saying, "Why? How do we have atmosphere?" And he was like, "You think we have satellites?" Weird. I was like, that's not how dishes work. But secondary to that, because of how dishes work and radars, if there are people who have things against 5G, again, the core argument, whatever, most of that's just a distrust of the government anyways. Coolio. I disagree, but I will not be attempting to do that argument at this time. However, if the argument you have on that is that beam forming is somehow a variant of communications devices that the government is using to create lethal radioactive beams. No? No. Beam forming is just two circles hitting each other. That's all beam forming is. If any of you hear any of these crazy people talking about 5G is going to kill us because of beam forming, we've been surrounded by beams. Beam, apparently people keep thinking I'm saying bean. Beam forming is literally just two circles. I'll do dig circle hollow 11 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. That right there is beam forming. That's all that is. Whenever, if these things are going at a different angle to each other, it's destructive interference. They basically end up being garbled noise nonsense. Okay? If they are hitting like high point to high point, they reinforce each other. So if I destroy all of that signal, right, then what have I done? Just like that dish from earlier, I've created almost kind of a square line. Now, yes, we are losing signal. This area is pointing north and west. This part of the signal from the outer circle is pointing north and east. However, as opposed to one circle, as this is pointing more north and west, you have some of it from this circle pointing north and east. So what you end up having is not a circle, but an entire thing that is constantly pointing out in an area that is also pointing in. That's the general idea to beam forming. That's all that is you've overlaid two circles to create an area where like they're both working in the same space from a slightly different angle. That's it. The technology before that was phased array, basically what you would use in a radar dish. If I assume these are both side by side, if I trigger one and then trigger the other one, that area where they overlap to create like a slightly reinforced area is now irradiating out diagonally. That's beamforming. Is you just time when the antenna goes. If they're at the same time, it goes perpendicular. If one's slightly faster, it goes more away from the one that fired first. That's literally it. That's beamforming. Literally anything's like, oh, beamforming is it's how the government's gonna microwave your organs. That doesn't make it any more lethal. If you have an issue with radio signals, fine, that's a different argument. But beamforming is literally just saying, hey, I'm gonna trigger two different antennas at a slightly different time so that their signals overlaps a bit and like is easier to go in one direction. That's it. That's all beamforming is. I bought a boombox recently. I can hear the cell phone signal seconds before I get a text. Then I turn around and see a beam hiding in the shadows. Now this is pod racing. But that's just like literally that's all beamforming is. That's all phased array is. Go to Wikipedia, go to YouTube, type in any teacher talking about a phased array radar. It's beamforming. That's all it is. You just trigger when different things. It's not a brand new technology we invented for 5G. 5G uses beamforming technology, but it's not some crazy new thing. Before the cell phone towers were using it, your router was using it. The router just called it multi-user, multi-whatever. So when the router wanted to talk to you, it triggered the antennas because it had a general idea where you were at slightly different times to send that signal more towards you. So you had a slightly stronger signal. And then when it wanted to send it to your friend 5 feet away from you or in the next room or the other, the kid's computer, it just triggered them at a slightly different time so that the reinforced area was in their direction. Anyone who thinks beamforming is what's killing them shouldn't be having a router because your router's been beamforming your ass for at least 5 to 10 years. So long have you been beamformed. Like, it's not a new technology. And like I said, they kind of basically had this shit in World War II. Britain, like, nowhere near as advanced, but they had a general idea of, okay, if I have 2 radar signals set up to detect the incoming German planes, this one gets the signal at this time, this one gets the response at this time. When did they get the response? Triangulation. So if you just inverted the timings, like, okay, this one's getting it later. If you made it fire slightly sooner, because you can choose, you can kind of set up when they're doing it. If you just have the network together, it's not that hard. Again, it's nowhere near as advanced as what they can like time nowadays. But if it's a minute out, you choose, okay, send out the signal, receive it, because they had multiple different radars back then. One to send, one to receive. So unless it was one that was constant, in which case, again, that's just a thing of timings. That's all you had to do. That's all it was. This shit's been around. If the government was using it to fucking kill you, you'd have been dead. You'd have been so dead. Can we just name new tech really scary sounding names so these people shit themselves every 30 minutes? I mean, basically, but you don't have to. Like, the fact that freaking phone signals started using the term beamforming, and they're like, oh, that's going to kill us all. 5G is super lethal. Now, here's why they're needing to do that. And I started to address this when you so graciously rated Blind. This is where the issue comes in. Look at your old Wi-Fi standards. If anyone is old enough, you had A, B, G, and then we had like N, then like G plus 2. I think there's like 2 or 3 new Wi-Fi standards. A was the first one. Or not, it was the first public one, I should say. Kind of slow, but you could get it throughout your house. Then they had the upgrade B. What was with B? Why, B was pretty fast. But man, did it lose signal. Like, couldn't reach anywhere near as A. That's why you could choose between A and B. A could reach further, B was faster. Then you had G that kind of mitigated the two together. You had the speed of G, but you could like almost get the distance of A, but still not quite actually. A would reach further. Who is this? Zen of Zeus. Thank you so much for following. Newer ones, so on and so forth. This is where beamforming comes in. This is why.
Thank you so much.
This is why 5G needs to beamform. It absolutely needs to, or you're not going to have 5G. All right? If you didn't know, this isn't drawn right at all. Pretend this is a sine wave. It's supposed to be a lot steeper. Pretend this is just a wave in a graph. This is the signal strength getting strong from the pulse and tapering off because the pulse is ending. All right? It's represented as a sine wave. All right? Signal goes up, signal goes down, signal goes up. Power, no power. Power, no power. Power, no power. The signal, the gigahertz of the signal is just how many times it does this in like a second. Power, no power. Power, no power. If it's a lower frequency, you go up and down less. That means if you're sending the signal through a wall, you're pushing, think of it like friction. You're sending the signal, like the forward momentum, so to speak, of that signal burst, that transmission packet is trying to push, is like at its highest point less through a solid object. When it's at its highest point, it gets weaker. When it's coming down, it doesn't necessarily. So the more often it goes whoop at the top of that, the faster it loses its signal. Lower frequency, didn't lose the signal as much. But because there's slower, less information, or because the rate of signaling, less information. You start doing B and G and stuff, you're speeding it up. 2.4 to 5 gigahertz. It's pinging more often. It's going up. Meaning if you're hitting a wall, you're getting a lot more interference. Oh God, no, if only we could go back to slow, but everyone wants speed. But remember, for speed, you're losing distance. So how do we come up with that if you want good high-speed 5G networks? You've got to make sure you reinforce towards the receiver. How do we reinforce? Beamforming. That's it. That's why they're doing beamforming. Again, if you want to actually argue whether or not the radio waves or whatever are lethal, that's a different story. It requires way more, like I would actually have to pull up websites and stuff. But that's all. That's why there's beamforming there. The government didn't say, I need you to put in beamforming so I can kill people. No, everyone wants faster phones. The faster you make it, the more likely it is to get interference from solid objects. It can't punch. It has less penetrative power. So you need to reinforce it. How are you going to reinforce a phone signal from cell phone towers? The best you can do is beamforming. Either you make it stronger, which if you start cranking that shit up that strong, because remember, it's not a 1-to-1 scale. The further you are from an omnidirectional antenna, it's 1 over the square of the distance, whatever the unit in question might happen to be. So if you want to double the strength, you don't double the power. You have to like crank that shit up to 8 or above, because just for 2 units out, you're already at 1/4 the power. So you either need a lot more antennas, you got to crank that power through the fucking roof, start looking like a fucking Tesla coil, shocking the shit out of all the birds, or you just get 2 of your antennas to fire the same signal slightly, like minusculely far apart, so that the signal is reinforced towards that particular cell phone. What would you rather have, crazy people? Would you rather a tower literally every 5 feet? Would you rather them to crank it up so fucking high it's shooting lightning into the air? Or would you rather they time 2 towers together so that you get a slightly reinforced signal for your fucking fast internet on your phone? Like, it's not only is it not a conspiracy, the other solutions are actually more like genuinely dangerous. It is the safe solution. And people are like, oh my God, protect the babies. The only answer to that, other than beamforming, is to either not have phones, like just technology, just get rid of all the phones, or just stop trying to have good speed. Just go back to like 1992 cell phone text message days. You won't have to beamform. There's no other way to do it. It's just physics. Yes, thank you so much, Blind. Have a good night and a fantastic dinner. Nini Blind, have a good beamforming. Strange how frequency starts with frequent. Does it go whoop? It does go whoop. It's all about the clock signals. Would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for pesky interference on my beans. Penetration. I like lightning phone. I don't know about everyone else, but I like Tesla towers. Yeah, but you don't want Tesla towers. Like, you don't want to be driving down the road just watching tower go, just shocking all the poor birds. Yeah, well, like I said, it's not even that like you're like people are wrong on it that annoys me. It's that what is the answer in that particular setup of beam forming? That's the only way to do that. Is just two radio towers, mind you, to make everyone fucking paranoid, if that's what they're paranoid of. Beam forming only technically needs 2 towers. GPS needs 3. You need 50% more beams to be formed on a GPS signal. Shit, your phone's been killing you 50% faster for fucking decades. Well, not decades, but well, military's had it for decades. You need 3 signals for GPS to work, minimum. That's 50% more death beams. So much death. It's just fucking baffling. All right, we have plenty of drinks, and the plants are going up now. Prickleberries, rice plants are coming in. Yeah, whatever. As long as, I was about to say, as long as we have the barrels, but I guess we just ran out. Crafts, dwarf. Wood. Pots. We're gonna make a bunch of pots. But yeah, no. Same thing as before, real quick. If I have the 2 satellites, where is this? I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should have been there. We'll pretend one isn't thicker than the other. We'll do one down here. Just so I can get them to show the differences real quick. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. That should work. Okay. If you have a GPS system, the GPS system has to know where you are. The GPS system sits there and goes, hold on, I will dwarf you in a second. Says, hey, it is now 10 o'clock. And it sends the signal out saying, it is now 10 o'clock. And then your phone goes, oh, I've got that signal. That signal was sent at 10. It's now 10 in an infinitesimally small amount of time later. That means I must be that far away from that tower. The tower also sends out like literally exactly where the tower is. It is now 10 o'clock at coordinate 1, 2, 3, 4. If your phone hears it is now 10 o'clock at coordinate 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is now 10 o'clock at coordinate 5, 6, 7, 8, if you can calculate the exact time what your phone says it is, it goes, oh, I'm that far away from him and exactly this far away from him. Problem is with 2 sources, they have an overlap area. That's not that accurate. Damn it, I could be anywhere along this line. Where am I? But if you hear I'm whatever from 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am whatever from 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm whatever from 9, 10, 11, 12, the 3 circles only intersect at exactly one point in that point, exactly one point during that precise period of time. That's GPS. GPS is just beam forming while telling you where things are. That's literally it. It's just beam forming without waiting for a response. Just wherever all the radio signals overlap, that's where you happen to be. There you go. That's GPS. Anything like the military, certain scientific systems or whatever, they're like, oh, our system is more accurate than their system. Exact same technology. Like their receiver is not any more advanced than your regular old car GPS or your cell phone. The only difference is they have a licensing to use more satellites. That's it. You know how you get more precise? You just count more circles. Military just uses, because GPS used to be a military only thing. I forget which president, but a president basically declassified it because some plane got shot down near Russia. I don't remember that particular history too well, but that's why there's now civilian GPS, was because a pilot wasn't where he thought he was. So to make sure the aeronauticals of the world could know where they were, we like declassified a shit ton of the GPS satellites so everyone can use. That's it. So the military is more advanced. They just use civilian and military satellites. You have like some weird special service with like your BMW or whatever, and it's like, oh, we have a built-in GPS that instead of being accurate to within 10 meters, it's accurate to within 1 meter. Cool. BMW paid someone to use some of their satellites. Scientific people, they have permission to use some of the classified satellites. That's it. That's literally it. It's just how many satellites can you receive a signal from, because some of them are encrypted. That's all you do. The difference between a satellite that is a civilian satellite and a satellite that is not public use satellite is a satellite that goes, I'm at 1234, or a satellite that goes, I'm at password required. That's it. Whether or not you have the decrypting signal to figure out what it just said. That's the only difference. So technically, depending upon the amount of satellites that are over your position at any one point in time, you've been beamformed by like 20 different beams for 15 years. Beamforming is not what's... If there is an issue with 5G, which again, I still disagree with, but if there is an issue with 5G, it's not beamforming. It is not fucking beamforming. Beamforming is just some weird fucking buzzword that 5G was spouting everywhere. It actually means something. I'm not saying the word is nonsense, but the idea that it's a new technology is just made up nonsense. Literally, beamforming just means I can draw circles. So many circles. Oh, circles. That's all it is. That's all beamforming is. It's just, can you overlap a circle? If any of you can draw 2 circles together, you are now more lethal, according to anyone who says beamforming is going to kill you. Draw 2 circles together. That's a weapon. You better report that. Triangulation. All right. Someone got dwarfed earlier, and I put you off. Sanctum. How are you doing, Sanctum? For anyone not to know, though I believe most of you are, I will dwarf you, but I need you to type in that command because I have a script that keeps track of whether or not you're alive. If it weren't for that, I would be freely giving them. It doesn't cost any channel points or anything like that. You don't have to be a subscriber or a follower. I just need you to type in the command so that the script, that's right, Sanctum, your name is slightly long. I have to shorten your name. I just need you to type it in so that my script knows whether or not you are alive. Sanctum, you are I disagree. Cheesemaker, wood burner. It says you're a traitor, which I will stick with. I will probably hire you as my manager, meaning you are Didn't I have a noble position that I made? I'll leave you alone for now because I can't figure out what it is. Your thing says traitor. That's kind of what you'll be. So yeah, I'll leave that alone. Who else got dwarfed? I thought I heard another one. Triangulation, the triple beam. A dwarf doesn't need a pastor. Hello, spirit. So beamforming is related to boobas, concave boobas. Yes, devil's dangerous. Thank you so much for following. Did I miss someone getting dwarfed? I don't think I did. But yeah, no. Like, I swear, that would be my hobby. If it was like, oh, what would you do with $1 million? I would just slowly track down the crazy people and then just slap them. Well, probably not slap them. I don't want to get sued for the money I would have at that time. But I would make it my job to point out that they're just morons. Like, just shut up. So yeah, that is why satellites definitely exist. Because again, also the GPS system. Like that one's actually not even a directional thing. So you can say there's not a satellite there, but you can't do that. You're not going to do that over great distances on the Earth. You need multiple satellites with a line of sight to you, so that you can correctly have where you are on that circle. If it's getting slowed down, like if you're in the middle, if you're like, oh shit, there's some trees to my east, you're not gonna have a freaking tower be on the trees GPS to you. Now they kind of try to do that, admittedly, with like cell phone towers, but there's a reason why you have like rough like Wi-Fi GPS options on your phone and like GPS options on your phone. One of these is good. The other one, who the fuck knows where that signal's coming from? Ow. I have like a non-splinter splinter. Hold on. Where am I? I might need to find my tweezers. I keep like grazing it because it's on the pointer finger for the mouse. Give me a quick. I know where it is. I know where it is. The thing is, it's not even big. It's like laughably small. It's just in the worst location. It's like it's almost right on the joint. Oh, where are you? There you go. I got it. I don't even think I could get the camera to focus on it. It's literally couldn't have been deeper than the outer skin layer. But it was like right at the joint, so when I bent, you could feel it across essentially the joint. It was enough to cause it to be annoyed. Counterwise wine. I like how that's coming along. What's coming along? I'm building whoever requested the suite. I think I got the furniture installed. Who wanted the suite? Hold on. Oh, Zakdos, you requested your own room. Admiral Wiley wanted his description. Full suite was for Domine. Boo. All right. Made a slight whoopsie. Forgot with 2 diagonals that it would be twice as obnoxious when going through stuff. Dame. Oh, we need more beds, don't we? I didn't even think about that. We got a migration wave, and I, like, didn't do anything for more beds. Throne room or study. Domine. It may not be the greatest, but there you go. Your suite has been complete. It has taken a while, I admit, to get to there. 5 push-ups, dwarven description, own room by Zakthos. Okay. But before we do that, we need to make those bets. Because I'm willing to bet 9 units without bedrooms. Yep. We don't have enough. Well, we can free that up slightly. Domine's second bedroom can now be freed. Domine, where is your bed? Right here. I will sign this to Hekios. There we go. And it should now be 8. Now it's 9. I have no clue what happened. All right, owns room, and Admiral Wiley wanted his dwarf's description. Admiral Wiley, planting the seeds. Admiral Wiley recently thought I feel so good because he was drunk at work. Admiral Wiley is very strong, agile, and slow to tire. Admiral Wiley likes marble, gold, claro opal, cedar wood, giant bobcat leather, moose hoof, icosahedra, shield slabs, Calcitor haunting moose, the sound of the lilac of embraces, and the sight of the vigorous right. When possible, Admiral Wiley prefers to consume mongoose, rainbow trout, long yam plants, spelt beer, and fonio, though he absolutely detests hamsters. He has a great affinity for language, very good focus, a great deal of patience, a good intellect, and willpower, but he has a questionable spatial sense and poor creativity. He dreams of creating a great work of art someday. All right, I got yours completed. Zach, though, says he wants his own room. Okay. So as I had mentioned, I think earlier, I don't remember if I pointed out, the rules we're going off of is vegetarian fort with a plethora of vegetables. I intend to be doing 5 different plant types for food, 3 different plant types for drinks, and 2 different sources of clothing. I did not specify plant types on that because even though a majority of them will be coming from plants, I'm allowing myself the opportunity to use silk if that should happen. It's technically an animal product. However, the animal did it willingly. Not my fault. Also, if you have a mood for silk, it's good to have silk. I have no clue what's going to happen with leather, though. I think as long as we don't eat the meat, we should be fine. I'm going to have to kill animals and, like, forbid their meat or some nonsense. You just said you wanted your own room. If that is what we are going with, then an own room can be that small, and that should still work. No, we didn't hit stone. I barely got the initial circle going. Why would we have hit stone? You guys, you wanted a giant circular semi-open floor plan design. I'm gonna have to figure out where this circle actually ends up being drawn down here. All right, the outer circle. 2 1s in either direction, then a 2. 2 1s in either direction, then a 2. Yeah, we got some distance before we hit that circle. What do I do to get a dwarf? Bastet, you type in dwarf. Type in !dwarf, DWARF, or !dwarf, DORF. It requires no channel points. You don't have to be a follower, and you don't have to be a subscriber. But you must type in the command. You must admit to the world that you too wish to be a dwarf in one of my forts. It's all right. We're all going to die horribly. We already have a necromancer. Dwarf number 1 for Bastet. Sort this by who doesn't have a nickname. You are a farmer, which means I'm changing you to a green thumb. Welcome to the fort, Bastet. May your blessings upon our cats keep the bugs at bay. Not bugs, vermin. Keep the vermin at bay. All right. Yeah. Since we're saving, for those of you, now is a good time to rest your eyeballs and or your eyeballs. I, however, have had a request to do push-ups during this as my eyeball relaxant. I think I have 5. I have 5. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. All right. Try to see if someone tried to slip in a second when I was going to continue, but no one did. Hold on, I will tell you your agenda. How do I hear 2 musics? Hold on. Untuck the shirt now. Is game audio on? I could have sworn I heard 2 different audio lines. I heard poosh. Oh, sorry. Looks like you just missed it, Coca. All right. You had said male or female. Resume. Oh, wait. Hold on. We're basically close enough to the hour mark anyways. So, for the ease of editing this when I upload it to the YouTube archives, we're going to have to stop at about the 4-hour mark. So if you are watching this on YouTube when I upload it to the archive channel, thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys next time.